Hey, Bonsai, what's up, man? Hello, barn engineer. E-Man says I'm coming. I'm watching Coming to America right now. Very proud of you. Holly, is your wedding this weekend? Hey, Wayne, what's going on, brother? Heavy, crazy Cajun. How's it going? Congrats, Holly. Fantastic, Bonsai. You need to come over to the Cosmo then. Fair enough, FK. Wish him luck for me. Thanks for stopping by. Saturday at 3 p.m. live streamed for all to see. That's fantastic. Congratulations. C. Crasta from back east, technically, but I live in Utah. Tell me about it, E-Man. I want to hear it. I love hearing about wins. Wayne, what's going on, brother? Tell me what everyone's drinking tonight. You know what we're doing. Did bend over Friday, broke even. Going this Friday. Nice. Actually, I'm off this weekend. I told Andrea to keep me out of a casino in March because we went a shit ton in January and February. And I want to be nice and fresh for Vegas, but the best laid plans, huh? E-Man, you did a live stream that day? I just went and rang your bell, E-Man, so I don't miss a live stream from you. Hey, Olga, I was just replying to your post, actually. Barn engineer was in Wendover and brought home 50 bones profit. That's awesome, man. I'm having a feeling old day. See you, Bonze. Do it, man. Go back to the casino. Anyone not watching this live, by the way, you should be able to see the live chat so you know what I'm responding to. E-Man, go back for sure. Or don't. Yeah, whiskey ginger. You know it. So, let's talk a little slots tonight, I think. I haven't really talked enough slots lately. You go to Vegas in April? When about? Because we're going to be there the 3rd through the 8th. Hey, Anna. How's it going? Actually, I'm going to check my local's website. Because I got a bone to pick with them. My free play has not improved at all. And holy shit. We've been gambling. And we've been gambling heavy. I want to see if my free play improved at all. I think I need to seriously, it went up $10. I need to contact someone and tell them to eat shit. Locals suck, man. Wow. We've already earned platinum, which is the 2nd highest tier this year. And we're on we're on track to hit diamond, which is the highest tier they offer. And they're giving me $50 in free play like twice a month. That's not taking care of your customer. E-man, let me just put it to you this way, because I've been around enough. I've been doing this a long enough time. If we had logged these kind of sessions that we've had at my local, at, say, Cosmo or Venetian, they'd be rolling out the fucking red carpet for me in Vegas. And a lot of it's luck. Like, I've had some good luck there this year, which has just allowed me to play a ton the several times I've been there. Oh, shut up, Manny. I swear I didn't do that because you told me to. That's pretty good for 2 of you on 1 account. Yeah, Andrea doesn't use my card all that much. She actually got her own. I promise I'm not here asking about how to get more free play. Like, I know how these systems work, and my locals they're just terrible with their rewards. And they've gotten worse. Like, every few years they just get worse. When I started out when I was 21, I didn't even gamble a fraction of what I do now. And they'd give me food vouchers, gas vouchers, so it'd be free for me to drive out there, and like $100 free play every 2 weeks. And I'd drive out there with, my freaking change jar and shit and cash it in. Like, things have changed so much. I did less coin in and less of a session a couple of times at Venetian, and they sent me $750 in free play with 3 nights and some food credit. Like, it's just, and I know it's Vegas and they want to get you there. Obviously, they have to offer you more than a local, but Jesus, I'm getting close. Like, the more my Patreon and my channel grow, the closer I am to just ditching my local, like Diana style, and just going to Vegas once a month. I need a little more growth, but it's closer than you guys think. That's why I've been hammering out videos. Like, I'm really trying to grow because because I just want to cut those guys out of the equation and just go to Vegas. Diana does it the right way. Plus, I'd spend less time in a casino if I did it that way. Make it an event. Sleep in nice rooms. Eat nice food. Play all the new shit. Getting trapped in that freaking downward spiral of going to your local, just, I hate it. But yeah, there's a certain number I need to get to every month with my channel before I just take the plunge and say, that's it. We're going to go to Vegas 12 times a year. And I get the vacation time at work, too, that I can make that happen. And just say goodbye to Wendover, because I'm freaking done with them. Their food is shit. Their rooms are shit. Their slot selection can't touch Vegas. Takes me as long to drive there as it does to go to the airport and fly to Vegas. The only reason I go there is I can't afford to go to Vegas that often because that's costly. It's about a 2-hour drive, Namo, for me to Wendover. Well, yeah, of course, Traveler, as a recording. My local doesn't allow it. There's places that explicitly allow it in Vegas. There's just like no benefit to my local. The problem is you need to get content, and I need to scratch the itch every once in a while too. But Vegas is such an event that requires planning financially. Whereas the local, you can just grab a few $100 and cruise out and see what happens. Oh boy, Bill's going to get snowed into AC. Brutal. I can think of worse places to get snowed in than a casino, though, as long as you got some cash. What's up, PMT? You're like the 5th person that said that. I appreciate people coming and saying hi if they can't stay. By the way, Manny, you're always welcome to join, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, it's a trek, bro. Bill McCardle, take Slot Traveler's advice, because I follow the same advice. If we need to stretch your dollar, just go min bet Buffalo Gold. It can happen. Yeah, for me, I'm lucky where I live. Vegas it's a 30-minute drive to the airport. Security's always quick here, and it's an hour flight. So I literally can leave my house and within 2 hours be in Vegas. Or I can drive across a desert with nothing in sight for 2 hours and end up in some shithole town called Wendover that harasses me about recording and makes me sleep on some piece of shit bed that hurts my back. Coming up, Manny. And a chance for getting blown off the road, yeah. Yeah, I know. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Financially, I just need a little bit more. We're pretty much at the point now where the channel and all the stuff surrounding the channel is making enough to subsidize most of the gambling, which is what I always wanted. Just absorb some of the losses. But it would have to be more than what it is right now. And I've got a number in my mind to where I just say, screw it, that's it. And I know Andrea would be all for it because we love. It's not just that. It's just like living in the lap of luxury, you know. On the strip, man, some of those properties are just, it's like another world. We love the beds at the Encore so much that we talked about it each morning. Like, wow. You know, like, how good does your back feel? Yeah, mine too. Came home and looked into like how we can order one, and you actually can for $3,000. You can get the exact bed that you sleep on at the Encore, and we're gonna do it. I better put my headphones in. That's right, Laura. You crushed it. You got a hand pay that night. I can actually like project Buffalo hand pays onto other gamblers, but I can't get one myself yet. Cheers, Brad. Thanks, man. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm lucky. Geographically, I live so close to Vegas, but it's still so far. It's not like I can just drive into Vegas for a day and then turn around and drive home. You got to fly and you got to plan on staying for a few days, and all the gambling you do for 3 nights in Vegas plus food and entertainment, it gets pricey. Congrats, Laura. You got a job? And a buffalo handpick? God damn. That's amazing. You were told not to record at Montego. It sounds about right. I've been hassled there and the Rainbow many times. I hope you do, E-Man. It's not going to stop me from trying. Blackberry, you're right.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, what's going on?
Good. I just wanted to tell you that probably your local mattress giant is running a sale on mattresses. If you need to get a brand new mattress, if you're longing the one from the Encore, I'm just saying.
Oh my God, it's worth it. We're buying it.
Because even I've stayed at Anchor and I liked it. I prefer Aria, but my mattress is so much better, so I'm happy with my mattress.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
What about the Cosmo? Have you stayed there?
Never stayed there because when the offers that I get free nights, but they don't give me free play, so I don't stay there. I like the ones at Bellagio.
Okay. We're staying at the Cosmo in April, and we actually got a fountain view with a balcony.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
pretty excited.
Mm-hmm.
And
When
I heard their rooms
there,
are nice.
Yeah, when I was there New Year's Eve, Deja Vu slots. It seems like they're all suites. I don't know. One time I was at a Vegas Fanatics meet and greet, and I wouldn't say it was Vegas Monkey. I'm not sure if it was his room or not, but it was a wraparound, I guess. What they call it. It was really nice.
Oh, jeez.
But Deja Vu kind of has like a studio suite or something. It has 2 bathrooms. You can have guests, and they have a little desk with a desktop, and they have like pencils with colors. It's really interesting. I mean, I enjoyed it.
I'll have to step up my game before I get one of those, I'm sure.
I guess. I mean, yeah. But to your point about Vegas, like I always do Vegas at the end of the year because I have more time, like at least once a month. During the beginning of the year, I just don't have the time because of the place that I work, the work that I have, and
yeah,
it just makes it difficult. So I haven't been back since January. But it's so much worth it if I was talking to Diana and she buys her tickets like well in advance. Like she plans them.
Yeah.
And if you have Southwest, like I've gone to Vegas on my end round trip, $116, which if you think about it, it's really not bad.
Oh God, no. No, I've hit on their $49 and $59 sales plenty of times. It is dirt cheap. If you catch it depends. Like if you try and fly during like spring break and stuff, then it's hard to get those prices. But just normal times throughout the year, it's so easy just to get 40, 50, 60 bucks each way. That's nothing. And if you have room offers with free play, it's just like it's silly not to.
But the thing is that your level of play is going to have to be that much higher than your level of play at your local. And then your offers are going to go down significantly.
Right, and that's why I'm not doing it, is because I can't afford to do that yet. Like, I gotta have no less than $1,000 a day gambling. You know what I mean? Like that's the bare minimum. And I can't do that each month. I can plan that a few times a year, but I don't have a $3,000 gambling budget each month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just
and I still think, I mean, I blew with Vegas Low Roller, and we were up and down, but it was close to 1,500, and we're talking about a 4-hour.
Like I said, yeah, that's the bare minimum. I had no less than $1,000 a day.
Yeah,
we did that too. I don't know what it is about him. Andre and I went out with VLR one night, and
he gets you going.
It's like $800 in 3 hours gone. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Hitting the ATM going.
I know, and he's he's equally as vested into it,
Oh yeah, he is. he hasn't been Vegas low roller for a long time. Like, oh man, he's coming up to us going, hey, let's each put 100 in this machine and max bet $5, and it was just in 10 minutes it's gone. And he, man, that guy can gamble. I love it. You know what I mean? I love it.
Like the first time I met him, I remember I was playing Dragon Link, Dragon Link it's called. And he's like, okay, let's go to dollars. I'm like, wait a second, you have me confused with another channel because that's not my budget. He's like, but you're up 200. Come on. I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's do it. It's $5 still.
No, he's got the gamble in him. It's we blew through a lot of money that night with him. And what's funny is
he's a lot of fun. I mean,
he's
to the point asking me this Saturday, I was meeting someone and they were like, so how is he? I'm like, he's super fun. But he gets to the point that at some point you're like, okay, 1 second, I need a breather. Hang on. Chill.
You know what's funny is we had really nice luck on the strip, and then he takes us off the strip and we got our asses handed to us. You know what I mean? Like, we went to Green Valley Ranch and then I think Silverton with him because he likes to go to these station places and just off, away from the strip places, and they sucked. Yeah. we got our asses kicked.
I've actually done okay with him.
The point is, like, if you want to pay attention to payback percentages and stuff, you can, but really, you can win anywhere and you can lose anywhere. I don't even worry about payback percentages.
I've not had a jackpot in Vegas in over 2 years. All my jackpots have been locally.
I've not had a jackpot in over 2 years.
Oh, okay. I haven't had one this year.
I'm sorry. I had one up either.
That's okay. But last year I had one at Laughlin, and then everything else was just locally.
How is Laughlin? Like, Andrea was mentioning it to me the other day, like, oh, maybe we should try this sometime. Is it worth it? Are you there?
I think my internet is acting up.
Okay.
Oh, no, you weren't talking. Okay, perfect. Andrea was telling you what?
I was talking. She just mentions Laughlin to me. She saw an advertisement or something, or her sister said it was nice, and I was just wondering, is it worth it, or is it more of like a if you're passing through type place?
We did it as a passing through type place, and it's been a year, and I haven't been back. But it's because we used to drive a lot when my friends lived here, and I don't know. I would do it. I would try it.
I just wonder because
I don't know.
It's one of those things where, like, she says, "Oh, my sister said it's really nice," but then she'd probably tell you that Red Lobster has the best seafood around. So I don't really trust her opinion. So I wanted to hear from an actual like gambler and vacationer. How Laughlin sits. So.
Well, I had a vacation there, but it's not Vegas. It's not the Strip.
And that's what I said to Andrea. I said, why would I do anything besides Vegas? And she said, also, we always are just going to have to do Vegas. And it's like, yeah, if I'm going to spend this kind of money 2 or 3 times a year, I'm going to do it in the best place. Like, I'm not going to waste and go to some.
Oh, no, yeah. If you're going to do it 2 to 3 times and you don't care about, trying different destinations, then that's fine. I mean, Vegas is my favorite place. Laughlin, to me, Laughlin is like Atlantic City. It's like you have a lot of casinos, but outside of a couple that are close to one another, then you either have to take a car or, you could walk, but it's the desert still. It's warm. But, I didn't think it was like this. I mean, there's nothing to do. There's just a river. You can walk, and there are casinos around there. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
But it was cool to see the one time I went. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking forward to it, especially since I hand paid too. So, yeah, it was amazing.
Put it in the memory bank. You drinking anything tonight?
No, it's a school night. I literally just got back from work about 2 hours ago, and I was watching The Bachelorette, and my boil. My blood was boiling, and then by the end, I was happy.
Good. Good. I don't watch that,
I don't know if. Well, let me bring you up to speed.
Okay.
So the Bachelor picked this lady, super sweet, right? Mm-hmm. He proposes to her. In other words, gets down on one knee. And then a month after, he changes his mind and picks the other girl. Like, how shitty is that?
That's awful.
It's beyond awful. But at least by the end, she became the one that got dumped, that got proposed to, is now the new Bachelorette. So it's, I mean, it's kind of right. But oh my God, like, how crazy is that?
Oh, good for her. Don't they usually do that? Like, take cast-offs from one and make them the star of the other?
Yeah, just because people are vested. Which is a great idea and keep continuity. Yeah. At least with the Bachelorette, they do that. Not with the Bachelor. The Bachelor is usually, I mean, sometimes it's someone that has participated in a previous season, but not the one that didn't get the rose at the end, or that had the rose, whatever. But it was, to me, the biggest problem that I had is when she kept saying leave, and he would not leave. And she's like, I'm not gonna hug you. Like, why are you being such a creeper? You just dumped my fucking ass, and what do you want from me? Of course I'm going to have questions, but this is not the time for questions. There's going to be a live show in about 3 months from now. I can ask all those questions then.
Do you think the, like, ABC and whoever, they do that on purpose? They find guys that are a little bit off because it makes for better television?
It's television at the end of the day. And as long as it's unscripted, there's a script behind it. I don't know. I heard, I think it was, because I made a post on the YouTube Slot Tournament fan page in her Facebook group. Mm-hmm. And I think it was Freckled that showed a message or a screenshot. Apparently his previous girlfriend said, oh, he's a great choice for the Bachelor, but good luck picking one at the end. So it's apparently all the signs were there that he was a very undecisive individual.
Okay, good. Hey, let me ask you. You and Slot Traveler both played these new Aristocrat games. What are those called? The ones that have like the wilds that with the credits, and the credits can go up in the bonus. You know what I'm talking about? Like the bonus, there's a wild bonus and cash bonus.
Yeah, of course I played it. It's called Cash Fusion. One is called Legend of Valkyrie, and the other one is called Peacock Riches. Okay. I have videos on them.
I know. I watched
them. Low roller. Yeah.
I've got to play those games, and I'm going to spend a lot of money chasing those bonuses.
Yeah, they installed them at one of my locals, and over in Vegas, it was $2.50 max bet. Here is $5 because everything's overpriced. But I got the bonus right away. I didn't get any of those crazy features where you can get more money, but I was happy that I got the bonus. It wasn't 100x, but with what I got. But sometimes it can be hard just to get it.
You guys both had amazing bonuses on those games, which sucks for me because now I have to go play the hell out of them when I'm in Vegas.
No, I was hoping when I played it here that I was going to have like that amazing bonus, but it was probably like 50x. So 250, maybe $300 and some dollars, which from a bankroll perspective are great. But yeah, no, I like them. And what I like about both of the games is that as much as I at times criticize low rolling, I feel like that there are games that are designed to give people that play with their bet or people that are not comfortable with max bet an advantage. And I feel that those games give you the advantage because I was playing with a friend of mine. He was only playing 50 cents. In 20 minutes, he was up to $100 and some dollars. And if you think about it, yeah, he could have been max betting, but that's just not the way that he plays. So the game played very well for him.
without spoiling anything, I just want to tell you something that I think you'd get a kick out of.
Sure.
The game that you and I played in the competition, I've played it a couple of times since, and I've had way more luck. Not saying how much I did or didn't in the competition, but I have had way more luck since. But it's like, it's just, I swear to God, like games just know when I'm in a competition. Like,
on my
you know
end
what I mean?
too, like the first year it was against your brother, and I got stopped by security, so I couldn't even finish. I didn't even get the bonus. It was horrible. So I was disqualified. Here I played against Kuri. We play. Oh, that's law. None of the dragons fucking came down dancing. So I hear you, and I had never played that game, or I had played it before. And I've never done anything on it, so
Me either.
I can't say that it was a great pick for me either.
I believe you. It's just funny. We used to do those other competitions in another group all the time, and it was the same every time. Just like never got anything going. Now in March Madness and some Summer Sizzling, I don't have my best
but I
sessions.
still feel they're so much fun because the way a game.
Yeah.
I remember the first March Madness. It was the second round, and it was Kuri versus Blue Heart, and they both had to play the original Buffalo. And although they didn't play at the same location, the game behaved very similarly in the sense that they got a bonus, in the sense that it was a big bonus. Blue Heart beat Kuri, but on the same token, it's so weird how every game can play depending on the time that we decide to play. And I think, and everyone knows this, timing is everything when you're in a casino. And you know, someone told me a while back, if you're not doing good, just fucking leave. Like, it wasn't meant for you, regardless of how many times you hear over the megaphone, congratulations, Jordan, you're a jackpot winner. It wasn't your time. So fun. Stop chasing jackpots, because you know, as much as you want it for your channel, at the end of the day, when it's not stacked for you, it's not stacked for you.
Oh, truer words have never been spoken. I swear, 2 trips apart, I had like my best trip ever, and then I had one of my worst where I couldn't get. I mean, I don't care. Like, we spent over $1,000 one night gambling, and I didn't even come away with any video that trip.
Oh.
And the previous
trip to Vegas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
You go ahead.
No, I was going to say my last trip to Vegas, in the first 2 hours that I was there, I had blown over $2,000 and I didn't even have a video.
Oh.
At area.
Let me tell you something. I'm okay losing money. Like, trust me, I'm a seasoned pro when it comes to gambling. I walk into a casino, that's entertainment money. I've already separated myself from it. But nothing makes my blood boil like when I don't walk out with video content after I just dropped a shit ton of money. You can take my money all you want, but I better have videos for my channel. If I don't, I am pissed because I was not entertained. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think my next trip, I don't have anything planned this right now, but whenever I go to Vegas next time, I'm going to stay at Bellagio. I don't think I'm going to stay at Aria. I need to give that place a break.
You need to give it a break?
I do. It's just been horrid. And then I see other people on live streams that go to Aria and they go through the same thing. And I'm like, okay, it's just not me. It's the property.
It's weird, like, but some people, like, I know you watch BC, and like his live streams from San Manuel, quite often they go pretty well. At least, at the very least, he doesn't usually lose a lot, and he gets a lot out of his money. But then NG Slot can live stream from San Manuel, and he just gets crushed. You know what I mean? Like, every single time.
Again, it's timing, because I've seen BC also, even at Cosmo, not do that great. And I will say that on every single trip when I go to Cosmo, I'm not saying that I leave a winner, but I feel like I was entertained. I was able to play. I was able to get some bonuses. I was able to get some videos. But at Aria, Lord Jesus, I can sit down in a game and nothing happened, and I'm like, I'm back at my local. Why am I coming here then?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. We're staying at Cosmo. We're actually doing a couple of nights at Encore, and then we're moving to Cosmo. I don't know what
We're
I
gonna
was
have a
thinking.
lot of people join too.
Yeah, I'm excited. There's going to be friends there. And
Mm-hmm.
we're going to do some live streaming, hopefully a high limit poll. And
I told Olgita to keep bothering me to see if I can make it. I just don't think that you guys go during the week, and it's just not going to be possible for me.
well, we're going to be there Friday and Saturday night too.
Yeah,
We'll
see.
Come on, man. But I don't want to. I mean, now in hindsight, now we've booked 5 nights, and I'm thinking, okay, how's this going to work?
Yeah, the thing is that the week after
so
I go, the week after I go to New Mexico, and I'm not someone that can go to Vegas and be like, okay, I'm only going to spend $150 because I want to spend X amount in New Mexico. Like I'll be like all in, done.
Oh, hi, Ernestine. Thanks for joining. I
Hi,
hope
Miss
you caught that
Ernestine.
live play
Much
we
love
did
to
for
you.
you. It's if you didn't, spoiler alert, it didn't go well. But thanks for the super chat.
You know what? I did.
Nell Sloth says, "I
You were
can't wait
there.
to watch your live streams."
I
They're
did
gonna
one
be sweet.
Saturday.
I watched.
And it did so. Yeah, it wasn't great in the sense that I was winning, but at least we were bonusing often. And
Yeah.
it just felt so much better being able to record and not have to worry about anyone. And I kept seeing like security behind me walking around. They said nothing at all. So if you're in Arizona, Casino Arizona is the new place to go. At least for me. So
That's a weird thing. Like at my locals, it just depends on the person. About 90% of the staff will walk right by me with my camera in hand and not say a word. It's like 10% of the staff that just thinks this is a big deal and I'm going to shut this down. And the other 90% couldn't give 2 shits about it.
but the weird thing for me on Saturday is that they were already waiting because that same week, last week, I think it was Wednesday night or maybe Thursday night, I did a live stream from the sister property and no one said anything. Nothing. It's weird.
But you can't talk to these people. You know what? At least I can't. I'm never in a situation where I can just say, okay, can I talk to someone about it? And then of course there was the whole win situation where it's supposedly allowed, and yet everyone that I talked to said it wasn't. Question for you, Manny. Blackberry Thistle T asks, do you ever play at O'Shea's or Barbary Coast?
You know what? I used to. When I started going to Vegas at first, when I didn't have a channel, my friends and I always went to O'Shea's because they had the 25-cent margarita, and I used to have a blast. But it comes a time where the place is a little packed and it's so dark. And I've never like walked all around O'Shea's, but yeah, like the shut show place, like that place is fun.
Okay, I never went. Apparently, they don't exist
Barbary
anymore.
Coast. Yeah, no, that's the Cromwell now.
Mm-hmm. Also, Miss Delana joined, and she said her husband has a really high fever of 103.4. So we'll cross our fingers, Delana. He had a high fever. Her husband.
I'm sorry. I don't want to know anything more about doctors today. I took my dad over to his Parkinson's doctor, and it was good. We had a good resolution, but I need to be doctor free for a while.
I hear you.
Well, Bill, I'm gonna have to let you go.
Okay.
But if you're still on, I'll be back. I just need to finish a couple errands here in the house.
Okay. Thanks for joining, bro.
Thank you for
talking to you later.
Bye.
You got it. Speaking of feeling old, everyone, our daughter turned 18 today. Let's do another shot. Somehow she went from like 2 years old to 18 in about 2 years' time. And now I'm a man with an 18-year-old child. Will I be going to AC? Probably not in the near future. It's not foreseeable. Excuse me. Whew, that shit's good. If you guys ever get the chance to get your hands on some Porter's Fire, do it. It's like Fireball, but way smoother. It's like freaking candy. Oh, E-Man, still bringing your daughter to the casino. You know what? Thankfully, she opted not to do that, which is fine with Dad. Because, yeah. Personally, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I think 18 is probably a little bit young to be sitting in a casino. Oh, Blackberry, your baby's 37. I'm not old. I'm in a weird time in my life where I feel like simultaneously old and young. And I think simultaneously I look old and young. Because it kind of matters. Like, I know there's young kids that there's younger people that I work with that probably see me as like an old guy. But then there's other people I work with, and I said, "Oh, my daughter's turning 18." They go, "Oh, shut your mouth. You don't have an 18-year-old," because they don't think I look old enough to have an 18-year-old daughter. So I'm kind of still in this weird gray area. Like, I think in a few years I'll start feeling more my age, but up here I'm kind of still in my 20s. Physically, I'm feeling and looking more like I'm 40, but personality-wise, I'm just not there. I'm still young at heart. Oh, thank you, Linda. But I think this is one of those many crises that we all face in life when your child turns 18 and now they're an adult. And it's like, holy shit. I'm gonna knock on wood. She better not be making me a grandparent anytime soon. Because I am not ready. Nor is she. Now you're the same age as me, Jennifer. I turned 38 in June. So I've got a few months left of being 37. And my 30s have been flying by. Seriously. The days just get shorter. And you have an 18-year-old daughter just like us, huh? So then you can relate to what I'm saying. It's a weird time in your life. You're kind of like two people at once. Oh, thanks, Nell. One day you woke up and you were 61. I know what you mean. That's right. The older you get, the faster the time goes. And I've read things about why that is. It's kind of hard to explain, but like the older you get, each year is a smaller part in the whole timeline of your life. Like when you're 12 and you're waiting to turn 13, that 1 year is a long time in relation to the entirety of your life. But when you're 37 going on 38, it's a much smaller portion of that entirety of your life. So it seems, I don't know. Oh, Heavy asked, how did I do after the live stream? We actually did really well. Not that night. We got crushed that night. And we went to bed. And then the next morning, we were going to eat breakfast. And there was this damn heartthrob machine where the major was at max at $1,000. Anyone that plays Lightning Link knows what I'm talking about. It was topped out at 1,000. We had played it the night before. Some other lady camped on the machine the night before. And I pulled $100 out of the ATM. And that was it. Like, let's sit here and low roll before we go eat breakfast, and then let's hit the road. And Andrea played Tiki Fire next to me, and I was playing Heartthrob. And I swear, on the last 20, things started kind of taking off a little bit. And I was changing denomination and bet size and just bouncing around. And like I kind of wasn't paying attention, and I hit the $6.25 bet on nickel denomination. And I ran out of credits, but I had that lucky chance. So I hit the lucky chance, and I won a spin, and I actually got the hold and spin.
That's really fascinating, Bill.
Hello. Welcome.
What's going on?
I was not expecting that.
I know you weren't.
I know you weren't. I saw Brent on Facebook, and I'm like, let's hijack Bill's chat.
Oh my God.
I was here for like
people that we
go ahead.
People that we trust, you know?
Yeah. I was here for like 20 seconds, and he was obviously looking at something else because he didn't see me. And I'm just like sitting here staring at him going like, I wonder when he's going to notice me. But he never did. So I'm like, I better say something before he like just keeps going on.
Well, welcome.
Hello.
Oh my God. This morning I got up and made myself some tea. And I ended up sitting there and watching the whole fucking chat of UNSD guy last night. It was hilarious.
We went on.
You guys really riff off each other well.
Thank you.
It was entertaining.
It was very fun. Let me bring up your chat so I can see your chat. Oh, there's a few different people chatting. Or well, at least one other person anyway. Excuse me. Bingo King, I think. Let me mute this. I don't want to hear myself coming back.
About The Bachelor, right?
No, I mean I heard what happened, and so then I was, I had to go and watch what happened. But I don't really watch it. It's just something I don't know. I don't really get into it. I feel like it's all.
Oh
fake.
no, fair enough. I was telling Bill it's not scripted, but it's kind of scripted,
Yeah, exactly.
But I wasn't sure since you do a lot of other reality TV stuff that I'm sure you were going to get away from it.
So somebody covers Rob as a podcast has two people who cover The Bachelor, but I don't get into that. We do Big Brother and we do Survivor. So we're doing Big Brother Canada right now. We just did a Survivor draft tonight. Actually, I was blocked by. I'll shut up, Bill. Sorry, I don't want to take over your podcast, but I was blocked by one of the survivors. The hot guy Brendan, who's like 42 and looks like a Greek god. Because this is why he blocked me. Because he tweeted something out about the fact that he's in an alliance with the 18-year-old guy, and the 18-year-old guy happens to be another Greek god, and they're the two obviously best looking guys on the show. And I said, he's like talking about the fact that they're so closely aligned, and he can't believe at 42 that his closest ally is an 18-year-old. And I said, and the picture was like the two of them shirtless. And I quoted his tweet, and I said, these two just need to fucking get it over with. Like, and I put like emojis behind it and whatnot. Well, bitch blocked me, and I was kind of pissed about it. I was kind of pissed, but after
dealing with some demons.
after I know, right? After I read him for filth on Rob as a podcast on the draft, then he unblocked me, as long as I keep it clean. So I'm gonna try. Well, like I'm not asking him to follow me. I'm just, like I just didn't want to be blocked.
Well, you were probably cock blocking him.
Oh, possibility. Yeah, I know. We're over here on the slot channel, so I can tell you, like, I feel like it maybe hit a little bit too close to home. Like,
oh yes, girl, it did. You know it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spill that tea. All tea, honey. All tea. Drink.
Anyway, what's been going on with you, Bill?
Oh, just we've been gambling our ass off lately.
I've
got so much video.
I have two. But yes, you actually post yours, so there's that.
Yes.
I wasn't even gonna go there because SD guy got on you about it last night. I figured,
Yes, thank you.
Let's not beat a dead horse.
I do love like I said, I do love The Simpsons, but I'm always looking for games that can pique my interest. So do you have anything that you are enjoying lately?
You know what? A few things. Like I've actually found. I found that I actually love Lock It Link. And I've been playing a lot of that lately.
Yes. Also,
I'm like loving pretty much everything IGT brings out lately. Like they've been bringing out good games.
Okay, I'm on board with that.
Let me ask you, Bill. You played this game from Every. It's called something Frog. It has a progressive, and the wild covers. It can be a full screen wild.
Okay, yeah. There's two versions. There's Earth Rainforest and Earth Ocean.
No.
Albert played it too. You're talking about Money Frog. You're talking about Money Frog.
Yeah.
So there's two Every games that have frogs in them. Okay, I got what you're saying.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, this I meant kind of like a valley-looking frog rather than, an earth-looking frog. What's the deal with the bonus there? I didn't get it. I had a nice win, whatever, the frog expanded, but I didn't find that I guess the frog doesn't expand. It just becomes wild because it was supposed to land as wild.
So in the bonus...
games, does it... Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the bonus, those wilds lock into place, and if similar to Miss Kitty Gold, if they stack over one another, then they multiplier. So that thing can get zesty as fuck.
I love it. Zesty is in your lexicon now, Bill.
Oh God damn it! I did say that, didn't I? I'm never gonna live it down. No, seriously, that game is amazing, and I need to play it again. Okay, I have a video on my channel, and I had some really nice wins on it. So if you haven't watched it, go check it out.
What is the name of it, if I may ask?
It's called Money Frog.
Money Frog?
Yes.
And it's by IGT?
No, Every.
No.
Every. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'm going to have to try it again. I'm sorry, Brent. Let me finish.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. I played it this weekend, and we got a nice line hit, whatever. It was 2 cents. I feel like it's overpriced, a $4 bet on that, because I feel like every games are very, from a bet perspective, very comfortable in the sense that they can be like $1.80 max bet or $2 max bet for what you get back. But I'm probably going to have to go back and watch your video because I was intrigued by it. Sorry, Brent. Go right ahead.
No, I was just going to ask. So it's made by Every, and it's called Money Frog, and it's sort of like Miss Kitty Gold, where the multipliers, like if the wilds land on top of each other, then they become multipliers. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
They can increase and they multiply off of each other, and it already has a pretty good pay table, unlike Miss Kitty Gold.
Okay.
So,
all right.
If you can get those multipliers to land, and a lot of times they come down in full reels, so there's some really big wins locked inside of that thing, and I'm going to look forward to trying to get them.
Excellent. Manny, people think maybe like The Simpsons doesn't have good pays, like naturally already in the game. But the one thing that does is the wilds. The wilds pay amazing in that game. I'm getting sound from somewhere. Where is that coming from?
Oh, sorry, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Turn it off, bitch! God damn it!
It's my reality TV night, girl.
I know, but I can't hear. Yeah, like turn it down or turn it off.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the 5 of a kind wilds pay 500, which is like almost unheard of for a game that has multiplier in it. So if you can lock,
that's like 5 times as much as Homer, right?
Yes, yeah. Homer pays 100, and then the rest on down. So 5 wilds pays 500. So, and even 4 wilds pays 100, which is the equivalent of 5 homers. So if you can lock even 4 wilds on a line for the bonus and have like any sort of a multiplier, woo, honey, you can write your own check. Like I was just thinking, Manny, that if you're max betting, then like at $6 with a 12, like I was doing the other day, so that would mean that 5 of a kind wilds would pay $60, and wow. if you had a 10 times multiplier, that means it would pay $600.
A line.
A line.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the wilds don't have their own feature like Homer. You just have to lock them in the free games.
Right, and you know what? I also figured out. Oh, go ahead. I was
just say that's where we would want it to happen, is get a 10x multiplier with wilds locked in on a line. You could potentially get $600 plus per spin.
Right. Exactly. What I was going to tell you guys was you actually don't want the mystery symbols. Like, let's say you have like wilds on like think of it like a horizontal line, and you have wilds locked on like 1, 2, and 4. You do not want the mystery symbol to go to 3 because it's a cock blocker, because the mystery symbol cannot turn into a wild. It can only turn into a character or, one of the lower paying symbols. But you can spin a wild naturally, which I did many, many, many times.
Right.
And if you can do that, then I mean, I'll just say this: you might as well just take your chances, but rather than whatever random shit the mystery symbol is going to give you. Of course, I know you have no way to influence that, but if you can avoid getting a mystery symbol in the middle of your wilds, that actually is a benefit to you.
So, did you find that the game was playing with you then? Because I have not had a session where I feel like the game is playing with me.
Yeah, see, I've been spoiled because both times I went, the game has been playing with me. I had a lot of action. And there was one dead period, as you'll see in our no spoiling. No
spoiling,
I don't spoil anything, but we have things happen. Thank you. Like I always lose track of where I'm at.
Right.
The one thing that you need to know is that there can be like downtime in the game, but when it's on, I feel like it goes on for like 10, 15 minutes. Like when mom and I were playing together, we used my free play and played together for a while. We got like the bonus 3 times in like 10 minutes. So,
oh wow!
And the lady next to us couldn't hit shit. And I totally empathize with her, Bill, because we've all been that lady.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now, let me ask: I don't know if you and SD guy ever came to a conclusion on this, but is there any tangible benefit that we know of to playing the high roller versus just getting the 12 times multiplier with the regular $6 bet?
I'm going to say no, but I'm going to investigate it the next time I'm there and really I haven't really read the rules about it, so I don't really know what it does.
I know that you will get that answer.
Yes.
It sounds like it's going to be similar to that Wonka game that came out had like the extra Wonka bet or whatever.
That game is horrible. That game is horrible game.
Right. Have you guys figured out that the game has they're not revealing symbols, but they're replaced symbols. So like it has the regular reels. Manny knows what I'm talking about. So like it has the regular reels, but there's a huge section of every reel, Bill. Like think of a reel. If the reel is this big, there's a section of it that's like this big that has replaced symbols. So like on any particular spin, that those replaced symbols can be, Homer or, Apu or whatever. It's what you like when you see the game spinning, it's whatever symbol you see the most of is the game. That's whatever the replaced symbol has become.
That's just like Konami, just
Yes.
like China Shores or whatever.
Right.
So you know what's happening on that particular spin.
Right. So if you see a bunch of homers all over the place, you know that really the only character that you can respin for that particular spin is going to be Homer.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
how do you feel about that?
I like it. I mean, I told SD Guy last night that I felt like the sprinkles could have been done better, as in like, but they're all into that hand motion thing, whatever. I feel like, but on the other hand, I see where he's coming from in that I was like advocating maybe a pick, like you get to pick your sprinkles, not like, you know, randomly, like the rainbow sprinkles and you pick and then they turn into whatever. Because I don't really love it that the game just sort of dictates it for you.
Oh, it's predetermined. Totally.
Yeah. You know, but other than that, I really enjoy the game. Like I said, I did talk to the designer. The features are predetermined in that you'll get 3 times multiplier or, you know, 5 wilds or whatever, but the spins themselves are not predetermined.
I hear you. Yeah. I really haven't. I think I've put like $60 into The Simpsons once the last time I was in Vegas. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try because I have since seen some really great wins that I'm going to try and replicate.
So Michael and Hatrick, who tried to answer this last night for us, says the high roller bet gives you, quote, higher prizes in features. He says that's the selling point of scientific games to increase the player bets. The random features are activated in every spin, but which one you get is determined by which main character is on the screen. Yeah, so he's talking about the features. So to hear Michael tell it, Bill, to answer your question, the high roller bet only influences the feature that you get, the random feature, like the Glinda, not the respin, not the lightning link thing, but you don't play the game.
Okay.
You've only played
but I know what you're talking about.
Right, the feature
though,
like Homer's monorail
Krusty or whatever.
Right, exactly, yeah. Whatever the feature is, but your feature is determined by whatever part of Springfield you're currently in, and that is dictated by whatever character you got on the respin last. So it's very
I caught that from your chat last
exactly.
night.
It's very Time Machine-esque. I like that.
But the trade-off is you sacrifice your bet multiple during the game. So
yeah, I don't play it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play it. Yeah. I play just the regular. I'd rather have money in my bet multiple to increase, you know, what I can win on the game.
And furthermore, one thing that they did that is going to prevent me from betting high roller is I think the pink donut looks way better than the gold donut.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So
yes, I know. I didn't even realize that was going to happen because I did switch to the high roller bet momentarily for like a couple spins with my mom when we were playing together, and it turned to gold, and I was like, I don't like that. Let's go back.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about aesthetic, baby.
Mm-hmm.
On my end, I've played both the high roller, the non-high roller, and I don't think the machine's been active at all. But I have a question. So you made a good point in terms of if you're betting high roller, that impacts the features that you're going to get, right? So because it doesn't really impact how much you're going to win, because there's no way that they can trigger the RNG to go different because your bet is higher.
Right. I think it just impacts how often it comes out. Like it's like with Oompa Loompa, where Oompa Loompa, like in Wonka, Oompa Loompa comes out supposedly twice as often if you're betting the high roller or whatever the hell it's called.
And I'm not even sure about that either.
And then it doesn't seem like it.
I agree with you, Manny. Me and Nick played that at the Venetian when it first came out, and he put in $100 and he didn't have that extra bet, and he got the Oompa Loompa feature like 4 times in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
And then he traded to the higher one, and it never came out again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yep.
That's not really strengthening your case at all.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm sure maybe math-wise over, the course of the time, but right. I mean, you have to think that is like all time and space, all machines everywhere, to infinity. That they're using the math to prove it. But in our particular cases, it's only one night, one player, one bet. So anything can happen.
Just like EV and poker,
exactly.
Over the span of millions upon millions of hands, I know what you mean.
Right, and even more than that, yeah, exactly.
Because I was thinking also of the new Chronos that has bigger and better, not even the older Chronos, the newer one. And I don't know. I feel like if you play, I mean, I feel like you have to go for the more and better because
Yeah.
the payout changes. If you pay less, he pays for 5 of a kind 50 cents. And as he changes colors, the money's higher. So I don't know about.
Are you
being
talking about
much
Son of
better.
Kronos?
Yeah, well, the newer one, which is
well,
The Unleashed one?
Unleashed.
Oh.
Oh, I
Yeah,
haven't played
Unleashed.
Unleashed.
Yeah, Unleashed is a lot of fun.
The only game that I have played more and better, well, there are a couple of them. The Flintstones. I actually did believe that it was worth it to have Dino be able to come out and give me an extra hat many a time because that's often how I triggered the bonus. And I feel like I never got three hats randomly. Is it hats in that game? Right?
Well,
Yeah, hats. The hats from their Kiwanis Club or whatever. Okay, cool. And Son of Kronos, that's the one where if you're betting the higher bet, you can, if you get 3 Zeus, then it will give you the respin. Like you don't have to get all 4 if you just get 3 out of 4. Right. So I like that.
There's a benefit there. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's a benefit. I mean, there may be a benefit on everything, but I don't feel like it is a benefit on some games.
Like, I don't know if that's just a way for us to get us to bet higher. Like when you look at the goldfish, the last goldfish, but at least you got an extra goldfish or 2 extra goldfish, but they never come out.
I had one really awesome, amazing bonus on that when I think I was betting 2 goldfish. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I think the potential of the game, regardless of how many goldfish or how many better and more you have, is the same.
Yeah, that's really irritating when you would bet 3 goldfish and then the red fish keeps coming out.
Yeah.
or the pink fish.
Yeah. Blow up, girl.
Yeah. That's the most worthless fish. Most worthless fish ever is the pink fish in Goldfish 3. I seriously don't know what they were thinking, you guys. I seriously don't, because it just blows up.
You have to match the number, right?
No, that's Goldfish 2. That was actually kind of fun. I like that. I mean, even though there's a limit to what you can win, but I enjoyed that part. It's sort of akin to the Meerkats where they hold up the numbers and you get it's multiplied by your bet. On Goldfish 3, it just blows up into a credit amount, or it can give you another bonus. Like it can give you the red fish or the goldfish or the blue fish. But if you were going to get that, you should have just got it to begin with. You know?
Don't you see like some 100,000 credit values swing by in there though?
But I've never seen anybody land one.
Well, fair enough, but it doesn't mean it's never happened. So, I mean, there's some money there. I agree with you. It is the most worthless feature, but there's some money in it. You can't argue that. Supposedly,
and I will say that even at my local, I saw that redfish full screen. No, I saw Casino Man and Jay Gutter in one of your but I also saw it at one of my locals. So I think that happened very frequently.
Yeah, that happens, but that's still only like 150 times your bet. I think. Yeah. Whereas like I was betting $1.50, I think, on Goldfish 3, and the pink fish blows up, and you see $1,400 go by, and then he like changes it to $4 or whatever. But supposedly you can win it, but I've never seen it happen, and I've never seen it on YouTube either.
Have either of you guys seen this new Konami game called Star Watch?
Star Watch?
Yeah,
I have.
The one I played, it's called Star Watch. Star Watch Magma.
Star Watch Magma. Let me
look
it up.
One that laughs a lot that Albert was playing.
No.
When you land
that was Celestial Sun or Celestial. Oh my God, that sun, that was creepy.
On what?
On this game, Celestial whatever.
Okay.
Albert
sun and the moon.
Played this new game called. Every time the bonus symbol lands, it would like giggle. Oh no, I'm not playing that. Screw that game.
No, but not only that, like they put it at my local, and whenever you win like $20, it's a big win.
I'm looking at
celebration.
I'm looking at Star Watch Magma right now. So it has a Lightning Link aspect to it. It looks like, correct?
Can you show it, Brent? Your screen?
I don't know how to do that.
I know it, Brent. Oh,
okay. It has. There's also a wheel at the top. That's like it's a volcano. It's a volcano that has different progressives on it, but also some of them have the bonus as well. So it could give you like the mini and the bonus at the same time.
Yeah, I saw it at my local. I played like $20. Didn't do shit for me. So
$20.
Well, that tells the story then.
Yeah,
I'm not big on Konami. I know, but I'm not big on Konami.
I'm not big
Do
on
me a
1098.
favor.
Go ahead.
I'll
So
be
I'm
dropping
not
a
necessarily
video.
gonna give it no.
I'll drop a video on this next week. We had an absolute riot on this game. It's not perfect. Like, for instance, the reels are a bit bland.
Okay.
Like, they kind of have this general color scheme. The bonus
Yeah.
symbol doesn't even stand out from other symbols. So
This
I
is
can be
the
critical.
volcano one, right?
Yeah. But the bonus
Mhm.
music is fantastic. And all the different things that it can do. Oh, my God. We had a freaking riot on this game. I put in a voucher and won like $600
Let me ask
almost
you,
instantly.
in the bonus, do the wilds stack up in the sense that if you get one, it covers the screen?
Yes, it extends.
Oh, it
and it can
nudges.
have
Oh, okay.
it nudges, and it can have a spin the wheel icon when it nudges up. It can contain that, so then you can spin the wheel, or it can just have a progressive value in there. And you don't have to have X amount of spaces. Just whatever you see is what you win. So, and that works that way in the base game, but then in the bonus, it nudges, so you get the full reel. And it can be an absolute riot. It's got stacked wilds. It has a pretty good pay table as far as the upper symbols. And bonus music is out of this world. Like, give that one another chance. And if you see it, Brent, play it. I loved it.
I was just saying to somebody the other day that I didn't even mind losing money in The Godfather because I thought the music was so amazing in it. Like, you know, the 3-reel version. Yeah, that's great. I love if they had a game like Ruby Slippers. I played that forever because the music is just so like absolutely epic. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah, I love great music in a slot machine.
Me too. Me too. I agree with you. Like it takes a little bit of the sting out of losing if you love the way it sounds. And that bonus music is just, it is to die for. I loved it. I'll drop that video like next Monday. Make sure you guys watch it. I want you to see like when that game plays with you a little bit, because I did have one other session where it didn't do anything, and I understand it. I really wasn't impressed. But then we just happened to sit on it the next time and had a blast. And I hope you guys can have some winning sessions on that.
Manny, by the way, you remember that? I don't know if you listened to my chat with SD Guy last night, but I was talking to him about like the fact that Miami Valley was giving me, which is a casino that's near me, but it's like 45 minutes away. It's not like close like many of these casinos are. They were giving me free play, you know, a fair amount. And I was thinking, he was like, oh, they're just doing that because you're new. And which I don't remember casinos ever really giving people free play just because they're new. And I played one time there and they started sending me free play based on my play for $50 a week, which I think is pretty cool. And then there's other shit that comes along the way. Like on Sunday, you'll have like, you know, we'll give you $20 in bonus free play or whatever. And so it's a fair amount. At one point I had like $120 in free play last week. And that's why we went to Miami Valley. So in my mail today, I got this thing that said, you get free play if you come every Sunday, but every Sunday it increases. So I just happened to go. This is the hilarious part. I just happened to go this past Sunday to play just because I wanted to. That's when I had that huge win on The Simpsons. And I got this thing in the mail today. So it came like 2 days late, but I happened to fulfill whatever it was asking me to fulfill in the first place. Like it says on the card that if you go to the casino every Sunday in March, that by the 4th Sunday, you'll have like an inordinate amount of free play. So I accidentally fulfilled the first part of the deal by going on Sunday, which I know because I didn't understand how I got this extra $40 in free play because I thought I was only going to have $70 when I went, and then when I put my card in the machine, it said 110. And I'm like, well, shit. And of course, I'm not going to argue with them. I know, right? so I withdrew it. But so I got $40 for this past Sunday, $80 for this coming Sunday, $120 for the Sunday after that, and then $160 for the last Sunday. And that's in addition to my normal free play, which is $50. So I go on the last Sunday.
But if you go, next Sunday, then it would increase again, right?
Yes, every time it increases. And the only way you can get the one at the end is by going all 4 Sundays. But it's worth it. Like $210 in free play is a big deal. And even $100 in free play is a big deal. Especially when you have these other places that are like, you know, I just lost my ass. They're like, I lost $800 and they're sending me a thing for, you know, congratulations, you get $5 in free play.
No, but
And
if
how
you think
far of
about
a
it,
drive
how
is
much?
it?
How much?
45 minutes.
Oh
How
yeah,
much
worth
free play
it.
do you get in Vegas? 200, 300?
Yeah,
So
about
100 for a local is good.
I would get 300 at the Win until I stopped going there, and then after I started supporting like Aria and Cosmopolitan, I started getting like 200, 250. I think this last time it was even down to 175.
Yeah, but I think what I'm saying is that it's very competitive.
Yes, exactly, very competitive, exactly. Very competitive in Vegas and very competitive here. I'm glad they're treating me right though, because I'm gonna keep my play there.
There you
Especially for a local. That's smart. I mean, if you want people to come back, give them an incentive.
It really is, because
Anyway.
I will totally move my play to them. I'll just go to the casino less often, but I'll play there because it's non-smoking, it's modern, they have a massive gaming floor, and they're treating me right. Like, and they give me free food, Bill. Like good food, not just cheapy like $10
Right.
sandwich. Like it's like $75 in dining credit at the steak place. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
nice.
yeah, y'all need to
Your
come up.
local is way better than mine.
Well,
Manny, let me ask both you guys.
I'm surprised, Bill, because Wendover is not this. I mean, it's a big area, right? But there's competition between casinos. So what do you think you're doing wrong that you're probably being mistreated?
There's not competition. There's 5 properties, but 2 owners. So it's basically like a monopoly. And the 3 most popular casinos all are under the same ownership. So they can just monopolize the hell out of it.
well, I need to employ.
Okay.
I need to employ Michael Hetrick on my channel. Well, when my channel's around, because he just knows everything. He's like, he says in the chat, comps are always determined by the competitiveness in the market. Clearly, they have a lot of competition there, Brent. Well, I think that's true to a certain extent, but the other casinos like Hollywood and Hollywood Casino has 4 different casinos that are within 30 minutes of it, and
Right,
I don't.
But
feel
they
like
allow smoking, and if they don't allow smoking in Miami, they're going after a different particular player.
Okay,
and
that's
if you're
a fair
a smoker, I mean, in cleaning alone, they're saving a bundle, just not having to deal with ashes, ash trash, ventilation, and all that kind of stuff. So they have to try to bring people in so that everyone's outside smoking, and then they go back in.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't know if it's the whole point, but it's part of it. Yeah.
Bill, you were going to ask us a question.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up Brent's question to you guys, like what games you're into right now. So I know what to kind of look for as far as new games in Vegas, or maybe games I've overlooked. What's your obsession right now that I don't know about?
I mean, you know about my obsession. It's Planet Moolah and The Simpsons. What?
Spare me.
But don't you feel
Garbage.
that you already conquered Moolah? Do you ever move on?
If you listen to my chat last night, I told SD Guy that I've moved on. Yeah, because I've got every trophy in the cabinet. I've done everything, Manny. I've done everything.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I said last night. It's like you have a crystal ball or something.
Right. Well, I didn't watch last night. What was I gonna say? No, on my end, I already gave up with The Walking Dead. I'm done. I feel like I want to try to conquer Wonder 4 with Buffalo Gold.
We're very similar, Manny, in terms of like we want to conquer a game. Like I feel like I've conquered Moolah. Like I fucked it, and I got it. You know what I mean? I did it. I got the whole screen with like the jackpot in the first reel and all the wilds with the credits on it on a full screen, and then I got it with the character with the wilds, and then I got a jackpot on max bet, and then I got a jackpot on $1, and I got the Unicow, and I got 400 spins. Everything. Now, of course, it wasn't all roses. Let me just tell people, like, there are many times where I lost money.
Of course.
Yeah, but I don't want to make people just think like it just handed me money. But I have been more lucky on it than most, I would say.
Yeah,
they're like
one night I was just there with $120.
Yes,
it kept me down, up and down, and then boom, it was a jackpot. But I didn't record it. But on the same token, I'm like over the game. I don't need to see the fucking Unicow, because when I got the Uni Orb or the Rainbow Orb, I was low rolling and I could only get 7 games. Nothing would match up. It was like 10 games, if that. Garbage. So.
Yeah, I think it's 14. That's the minimum you can get if you don't match anything. If you get the Rainbow Orb or the Unicow, it's
14.
It's 14. Yeah, I'm not trying to be picky. I'm just telling you. Yeah, I actually have looked at that.
We've played a lot of We played a lot of Moolah and Crystal Forest in Vegas, and I mean a lot.
Like the
And I never
sequels?
even. Yes.
And nothing
And
happened?
we never saw the rainbow or the unical, and never got any like good bonus.
Oh, I'm so sorry. God, I've had so many. I can't even I can't keep track of them.
I know
Look at her.
that's what we were talking about earlier, just with timing. And some people, it just works out. Like between you and Slot Lover, like you can't seem to sit on those machines without
Right.
getting the mythical whatever and getting hundreds of spins. And other people, I could put 300 through that and never get 20 spins on it. It just eats my money. That
But
kind
it's
of
so
turned
funny
me
because
off.
there are some games that work for you and there are some games that won't. Because
Yeah.
on your end, you play Buffalo Gold like crazy, and you still have not been able to get that 15 head. And I feel like at some point you're either gonna have to give up
No, never.
if you want to. Well, but I'm just saying, like, the game just doesn't want to do it to you.
No, that's true,
wants
but-
to tease you all the way until someday if that happens.
But Manny, I gotta tell you, and this is the truth, because someone asked me about this. Buffalo Gold, there's no question to me that I'm up on Buffalo Gold over the lifetime of playing that game. Like, it treats me, on the whole, actually very well. But I just haven't gotten what I really want out of it. But
Right.
I've had way more winning sessions on Buffalo Gold, so it's hard for me to complain about that game because it really overall has treated me very well. I
It's
just
like
haven't
China
gotten
Shores.
15 heads.
Yeah, China Shores. I don't care about China Shores. I don't care about the
The new one looks
over
very
it.
zesty though. Do you not agree?
I agree, but I got on my last trip 2 trips ago. I was at Planet Hollywood. I got 112 spins. Is the one that you can select if you can change the symbols, this and the other, and they have like different
The
ones that you
ultra
can pick.
stacks or great stacks. Yeah.
And I only got like $10 out of it with 112 fucking symbols. So, but to me, Mayan Chief, that worked for me very well. But China Shores, I don't fucking care about.
Oh my god, the new Mayan Chief. Oh
I
man,
haven't even seen it. This is how I'm so.
It's the same game, but just
it's
stacked
the
up.
same thing. It's just like China Shores,
Oh, where they made it bigger and
but aesthetically, I think
Aesthetically-
it's better.
But special stuff happens during the free games, right, Bill?
Yeah, you can choose all these different options, and there's some zesty ones in there.
I love
God
stuff like
damn,
that.
I did it again.
God,
But
I
Brent,
love revealing
like-
symbols.
what did you do again?
I dropped that. I said zesty, but I dropped a video on that. I dropped a video on that game a couple of weeks ago, and it's already up to 40,000 views.
Yay! That's great.
You'll have
Mhm.
Thank you. You'll have to look at it and see these different options and the bonuses. There's a couple that, quite frankly, just turned me on, like as a slaughter. Like
Okay.
I'm going to be giving this game a lot of play.
What's it? So it's called Mayan Riches.
Mayan
Mayan
Chief,
Chief.
great stacks.
Oh, sorry, Mayan Chief Great Stacks. Mayan
Yeah.
Chief.
And I was a fan of the original Mayan Chief. I love
Yeah,
that
me
game.
too.
But like some of these bonus options are just like there's one where the only stacked symbol is either the highest paying symbol or bonus symbol. So, and we're pretty much playing these games to line up stacks anyway. Like,
Right.
am I right? Any China
But I feel
Shores
like you have
variant,
to have a
we're
lot
playing-
of spins
Yeah, absolutely. So you
Yeah,
got to
go for those
trigger
options.
because your spins get diminished if you choose that option. So you want to you need to trigger a lot of spins to begin with.
Right.
But like I said, we're playing those games for that option anyway. Like anytime we play any China Shores variant, we're looking for the stacks to line up. Because
Yeah, we're
want
looking
a
for
full
the
screen.
900 spins or 1,000 spins or right.
And,
Right.
and just
Okay.
like with symbols, like 5 of a kind of one thing doesn't pay crazy, but when you get it to line up on 20 or more lines, now we're
Yeah,
talking.
that's when shit goes crazy.
Yeah.
So
like,
when
go ahead.
one of these options makes it so that the only stacked symbols are bonus symbols or the chest, which is the highest paying option, that's hot. And it has a 2 or 3x multiplier for every win in the bonus. So like,
I know, but with my luck, I'll get one stack of bonus symbols, and then another stack of, and then everything else is going to be chests. So it's going to be cock blocked left and right.
oh, absolutely. But like I said, I mean, we're only playing for stacks. We're not playing for, oh, I hope I get
Yeah.
5 of a kind this one way, and that's going to make my bonus.
Yeah,
That's
no.
not how they play. So if you can get lucky enough to get 3 or more reels to line up, baby, you're cooking with gas.
That sounds fun. Yeah, see, I like stuff like that. That excites me. I like, that intrigues me about gaming. I love stuff like that. Good deal.
I won't be surprised if I get some hand pays on this game because it's gonna get a lot of spins out of me.
When was your last jackpot?
Oh Jesus, 3 years ago.
No, really?
It's a sore subject, Brent.
Oh, well, I'm not making fun of you because I've been there,
No,
but I mean, Bill, I had, probably 2.5 years, and I was complaining to everybody who would listen because I felt like, I really do feel like that I bet comparatively to my peers. I bet, at the time, this is like 2 or 3 years ago, so I was betting like, $2 to $3, and I'm like, I had no real amazing jackpots. And I'm thinking, I see other people who get them like seemingly one after the other. And I know not to believe everything you see, Blue Heart, but you see,
I was gonna poke you on it.
There's some people that play more than others. I get that, but you understand what I'm saying. So I can totally empathize with where you're coming from.
Thing is, the only reason I care is because of the channel, and I know you guys know exactly what I mean.
Yeah,
because it means something to have a video that says jackpot hand pay on it.
Yeah.
Although these days with so many progressive, that's such a blur line, and I'll own up to it. With every other channel is like, I'm playing Sue's jackpot, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like, okay,
but I feel like here's the thing though. I feel like Bill and I would agree on this, and I know about Manny because you can be a little clickbaity.
I'm shady.
I love you to bitch, but you are. If I post jackpot hand pay on my channel, people are gonna know it's the real shit. Like they're gonna know that I'm not fooling them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna play games with that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Okay,
it does.
Like about a month ago, we were at the casino, and I had my best trip ever to a casino. I played until the wee hours of the morning, and I couldn't freaking lose. I ended up going to bed, and to some people it's not a lot, but for me it was my best ever. I ended up going to bed with almost $4,500.
Oh, that's amazing! What are you talking about? Yeah,
and
but no jackpot.
Zero hand pays. Like I had a couple of $1,000.
But I like those days better because
totally.
You get
let him finish.
much play.
So
that's what I'm saying. Personally, I will take that over a $5,000 jackpot any day of the week because I'm not paying taxes on any of it, and I had a shit ton of fun over a long. Like, there's a high that comes from winning and winning and winning and winning, and just nonstop. I mean, I'm putting money into a machine, and I'm just getting bonuses, and I'm getting hits, and I got a ton of video content, not just one video. I got probably 50 videos out of this trip. It was
there's
so
a lot of
fucking
entertainment.
epic.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you really have a good time.
But yeah, like at the same time, sometimes just being able to put jackpot hand pay on your video really moves the needle with your channel.
Well,
so,
I was going to tell you really quickly that I didn't have a jackpot for about 2.5 years, like I said, and then I finally got one. And it was there. It seems like they're always out of nowhere. There's one that isn't. I'll tell you in a second. But I got that was the Walking Dead one, and I was living for it because I won more on it than SD Guy ever did at the time. Of course, he since beat me, but at the time. And then I didn't have another jackpot for a year, and then a year to the day later, I got my first jackpot on Planet Moolah on Max Bet. And then a month later, my mom, we were going to the casino. My mom says, "You know what? It's your birthday. You're going to win tonight." And of course, that never, ever works. Okay? Never works. But mom was like, it's your birthday. You're going to win tonight. Okay? Okay. So we go to the casino. We played around for a while. And I was up about 200. So I had a nice time. And we had played a lot of different games. And I was sort of joking to mom that I had run out of games to win on, because it seemed like I won on everything. I didn't win a ton. It's like I won 60 here or 70 here, whatever. I was up about 200. She wants to continue playing African or King of Africa for about 20 more minutes. I'm like, okay. So me and Dad go over to Planet Moolah, and I'm like, well, I put in 100, or maybe it was not even 100. Maybe it was 50. I can't remember. But I was just betting $1.05. I was just playing around. $1.05. Unicow, but the thing was, I got the Unicow on the 4th trigger. and I had already had a drop down wild that had just triggered. So then the Unical triggered another drop down wild. So now I have 2 drop down wilds on 2 and 3, and it just starts going bonkers. Bonkers. And like I had everything. And so I got 400 spins. It re-triggered like 23 times. The video is like 1 hour and 10 minutes long, and I got a jackpot on a $1 bet. And I couldn't believe it because I was like, again, if my mom wasn't such a fucking addict and wanting to play on King of Africa, you know, like if she wasn't like wanting to play on King of Africa, then I would have left and that wouldn't have happened. But because of that, Bill, I ended up winning a bundle. So and that was a month after my first jackpot on the game. So it's just so random.
It is.
Your ship will come in, Bill. Your ship will come in.
I'm not worried about it. Like I think in 2015, I had like 10 jackpots over the course of 5 months.
You
like
did.
I couldn't stop getting hand pays, and it's just that's how they come. You know, look, as long as I'm getting video and I'm not getting my ass kicked every time, I'm good. But I'm not going to stop chasing buffalo. I'm always having fun. Even if I don't sound like it.
It's hard sometimes if it's really kicking your ass and really. I've had a couple of times where it kicks your ass. It kicking your ass once is fine, even twice, but like by the 3rd time or the 4th time or the 5th time, you're really tired of it.
Oh
yeah. I've had a couple times like that.
And it doesn't happen to us only, to everyone that's in the chat. I know it happens too, and we go through the motions in the sense of maybe we need a break.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
And I keep going back just because I know nights like what happened to me last month. There's always one of those around the corner somewhere where that's what we play for. We know we're going to lose over the long term, but we play for those short term wins because those are fun.
Those are fun, exactly.
And like I told Manny earlier, I'm fine. I'm a seasoned gambler. Like if I lose my money, I'm good. I get a little irritated when I don't get video out of losing my money because then I didn't really get my entertainment's worth as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
if I don't have any video content, then I probably wasn't really entertained for giving you $500+ of my money. But anyway, you know, that's me.
I wanted to ask, just to make this all about me for a moment.
Girl.
Bill and Manny, did you guys see the SD guy video that I sent him of me getting my ass kicked on Planet Go or not?
No,
see this?
But I didn't.
I highly encourage you to watch it. I was the most angry I've ever been in my life, and you just need to watch it. I'm swearing through the whole thing, and what should have been a hand pay turns into pennies. And
okay, I heard you guys talking about this last night. Where can we watch it? Those that are watching right now.
It's under. Hold on, I'll try and bring it up for you. Hold on one sec. So it's under.
I don't remember what video it was.
It's SD guy reads mean comments because I sent in a mean comment to him amongst all of the.
It's the mean comments. Yes,
right.
yes.
And I sent in a mean comment to him, and he said, Brent, karma bitch, and then he plays the video of me because I told him I wasn't going to put it on my channel because because I swear so much that it's just there's no way I could put it on my channel. But he ended up putting.
I never got a bonus on that game, so I wasn't sure what was going on until.
Bill, you played Planet Go, correct?
Said something. I was like,
oh yeah.
Okay,
crazy.
I got the symbols basically lined up in a perfect. The bonus symbols I'm talking about. I got them lined up in the perfect place to get like almost the maximum amount of spins that you could get, or the most amount of plays you can get. So I wonder if you can watch it on here.
Is that symbol stacked in that game? Because it looks like it was. I think you got
it's stacked, but it's stacked double. So like the most you'll ever see is 3 at a time, or sorry, 2 at a time. It can only be all. They don't come 3 at a time, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it can only be like twice. Okay, so let me.
Right.
I don't know how to send you.
Oh, right. You have one in the first one. You had like an X pattern. It looked like an X.
I have.
So you had like.
Yes, it was an X. It was the X pattern.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I think I've got it here. Let me go to the chat.
I've got it.
Oh, you got it? I was going to tell you the time.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? You should turn it up.
I've got it.
Okay.
Hang on.
I don't know if they'll be able to hear. You have to take your headphones.
No, because even when you play it, the audio, Google Hangouts won't pick up the audio. We'll pick the video, but not the audio.
Oh, I think I can do it on here.
Unless
I can do it on
Bill-
my phone.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. Hold on one sec. Well, you guys talk amongst yourselves while I get this.
Amongst ourselves.
It's at about 19 minutes, 17 seconds.
Yes.
What was that?
All right.
I'm going to present you.
All right, hold on one sec. I'm trying to get to it. Fucking SD guys, shut up. Dumb
That was
bitch.
a really fun video overall. I like when he reads those stupid comments. Especially
Okay,
with
here I
some of
got
those people coming on everyone.
Oh, wait. I'm trying to see it. Can you see it? Oh!
Yeah.
Go, planet, go, bonus.
The top one.
You win 6.
Anything but this one. No bottom. No bottom. No bottom. No bottom.
You start on Baltic Galaxy.
God damn it. Whatever. Girl, bye. Fuck you. 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 Fuck you.
Orbital.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck
Go
you.
ahead. Hit a button.
God, 6 fucking shots. You give me the. That sounds good to me.
Good.
Keep giving me credits, you asshole. Fucking game. Let's see if we can keep it under $10. Yep. It's about right to me.
Orbital.
Fuck off. Keep going.
Go ahead. Hit a button.
Yep. 6 shots.
Not bad.
And not one bonus.
Go ahead. Hit a button.
Fuck you. Oh my god. What is that? I'm on planet
Baltic,
which is the worst fucking planet there is. I can't believe it gave me the bottom one. I can't believe that. Whatever. Give me the alien. Alien.
The gym bot is activated. Keep us up.
It's a whole lot of bells and whistles for nothing.
For $1 for $2.50.
Space is what you need for that win. Thanks. And keep watching the skies.
Fuck off. I can't believe that.
Girl.
And I
Thank
just
you.
keep going on.
That's the equivalent of getting 5 coins on Buffalo Gold and only getting a $10 bonus.
What were you going to say, Bill? You can
I-
stop presenting me, by the way.
I am. Thank you for sharing that with everyone.
Does that make you feel better, Bill?
So that was on that bank of 3 in Venetian right by the Grazie.
Yeah.
I can't believe they took those out.
I'm so mad. We should all write to the Venetian. Oh my, I don't think it
They're-
was. But we
Brent,
should.
They are fucking up bad because they took that out. They took out Top Gun. They took out Viva Monopoly.
That's why I went
What
there.
are they doing?
That's
Me
why
too.
I went there.
They
Manny.
took out
When was the
Ruby
last time
Slippers.
you were in Vegas, Brent?
I mean, it was like last January.
Exactly.
Well, what? I'm just, I have to believe there's a lot of people like me who go there specifically because of those games. Because you
I
can't
went
find
to
them
Venetian,
anywhere
never played that.
They
Oh,
took
I
out
was never
Ruby
a fan of
Slippers too. Well, that's your bad, man. Those games were amazing.
They really
Did-
were.
Did you guys ever see my Viva Monopoly video where I got Mr. Monopoly to come out?
I've
of the
watched
ball?
it about 20 times.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Like that
That
happened
was like
right there.
Brent and
by
King
Planet
Midas getting that King Midas to come out.
Yep. Oh,
On
Right? That was
King
your video,
Midas?
right, Brent?
What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, that one. Sorry, I'm with you now. Sorry, I was thinking about the other King Midas. Sorry. Yeah,
mhm.
No. Yeah.
yeah. I'm the
The
only
tall
person
tales.
that's. Bill, you're the only person who I've seen on video who had that who got that on video.
It's
I'm-
super rare.
Right. I'm the only person who has gotten the King Midas to come out on video, which seems kind of odd. Yeah, and then I picked correctly, or I had some Slot Chick's husband picked correctly for me, and I got them. I won a lot of money. It was very fun.
Very fun. Yeah, you're right. We need to get a movement started with the Venetian because they're making terrible decisions on their slot floor.
You know who still has all of those monopolies is, I mean, not, and I know Oklahoma does. People say Oklahoma all the time. Fuck off, Oklahoma. There's two reasons. Like I said, you heard my chat last night. I would never go to Oklahoma. Number one, it's in the middle of nowhere. Number two, it doesn't have a minimum payback percentage. There are places in Oklahoma that could have like 65% payback for real. Okay, so the Meadows in Pennsylvania, where Slot Chick is from, and where Dr. Nick is from, that place, Bill, that's like the Venetian used to be. It has all the old games. Oh, just great. So yes, I need to go back there. And it has the old Dukes of Hazzard and the old Green Acres. Oh, got it.
I'm planning to go to I'm planning to go to Philly like later this year, so it would be fun.
Now that I would meet you for. I would meet you. I would go for that. Okay.
Well, I'm going in June. We're all going to go to Atlantic City.
Well,
June 1st
to
the 3rd.
City. Does they have fun stuff there?
It's the vicinity. Yeah, they still have a lot of the old WMS games, or at least 2 years ago they did.
And the Meadows has Glinda the Good Witch, and which if you like those, I know some people don't, but it has like Monopolies and just all.
They have those at parks.
All the fun shit, and they have all of the old WMS games that I like Slotsky and Meerkats and King Midas and all that shit. So.
I'll tell you, like 2 or 3 years ago, the Venetian slot floor was incredible.
The best.
And every time I go back, they've taken something else out that I was going there for, and it just pisses me off to no end every single time.
Oh God,
so good.
Well,
like
I kind of feel that
Cosmo
filled that hole in the sense that I know that you can find almost every single game over in Cosmo.
Really? Can you find any of the old Monopoly games at Cosmo?
Well, no, but you can still find Airplane over there. You can find what was all that I played the last time? I don't know. I just feel like
so you're just talking at your ass like you do.
Well, because I played them. I'm just saying, like, Monopoly is not a game that I would go after. I only liked one Monopoly, and it was once around the board. That was the only game of Monopoly that I liked.
Which I've never played before, I don't think. Right? Right. Yeah, I've never played that one. And the other one, the Monopoly that I never got to play that I wanted to was the Around the World. I've seen videos of it online. In fact, I think that's SD Guy's first ever video was Monopoly Around the World. But the bonus was everything. It was so fun.
Have you played? This is many years back, but did you ever play Money Grab?
No.
Or Money Line?
Money Line?
Yeah.
No.
I'm talking. This is like 2002, 2003.
Oh, really?
My mom and I used to go and play these. Like Joey from Slot Fanatics years ago when I was on that forum, he actually got the Mr. Moneybags that was like he was in this thing with cash. It was the topper for Money Grab. Those games were amazing. Like there was a time when Monopoly was like the gold standard for video slots. And,
right.
It's a hot title.
Michael in the chat says, yes, Money Grab was the first transmissive real game from WMS. So somebody who knows what it is.
I'm going to let you guys go.
Okay,
because I
cool.
have to go run some stuff. But I appreciate, Bill, you having me and letting me give Brent the link so that he could surprise
Thank you. Thanks for the surprise.
The conversation, Brent.
Thank you. I had just done a podcast, so all of my lighting was set up already. Thanks, Manny.
Good night, bro. Look, you know what? I love him to death, but what awful taste in slots if he's not. I mean,
I know, right? I can't appreciate Monopoly. I mean,
yeah, because some of those older games, just like Planet Go, and I know as someone who played that game a ton, and what you got, oh man, that was a heartbreaker.
I wouldn't have gotten so angry, but I had been really losing. I had really, really been losing, and to get a perfect,
to get that hope, Like,
Yeah, to get a
oh,
perfect
here
odds.
finally.
And
Oh,
I
the
remember when
perfect
I was
odds.
with Dan at Four Queens back in the day, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I think I got like 4 or 5 spins, and I got the top one, or even the, you know what, even the next to top one is okay because it has the free spins on it.
Yep.
But I got the top one, Planet or the Galaxy of Boardwalk or whatever the hell it's called, and that was a very zesty bonus.
Oh my God, those free spins are so sexy.
I've never got them to this day. Do you know that? Do you know
Oh.
that? I've gotten everything but that. I've never gotten the free spins.
But you've seen it, so you know what it does.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it on Diana's channel. I've seen it on Jason's channel where they get like, 5 freaking meteors, 6 freaking meteors coming in. But yeah, I've never had it before.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, if you get the free spins, and you can get up to, I think, 6 free spins
5.
maximum.
I think it's 5. I think it's 5. It may be 6.
Each one they add another random wild. That it's just a meteor that comes flying into the screen, and that the game has a really nice pay table. So
right, 5 wilds pays like 3,500 or something like that.
Exactly. So in increasing the amount of wilds, it can get pretty damn sexy.
Well, each spin they have to, like you said, they have to add one. Like that's the dictates of the game. So. So if you start with 2 meteors, then the next one has to be 3, and then the next one after that has to be 4. But the game can give you anywhere from 3. Right, the game can give you anywhere from like 3 to 4 to 5 free spins, maybe 6. I don't know for sure. I think it's 5 because I remember Jason always screaming 5, so I think it's 5. But
that sounds right.
Yeah. So if it starts with a high number, then it's only going to get better after that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then, of course, you could spin a wild naturally, which I think people have done. Like you get the meteors to land, and then you just happen to spin a wild. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get some wilds to land, some Mr. Moneybags. You can get some really nice hits.
See, if I knew I could find like a bunch of old Monopoly in Atlantic City, then I would go. But I don't want to go and then have a place where they took it all out. So I need to know for sure.
I really, oh man. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 years ago, but it was the first time Nick and I did a whole trip at Venetian, and we did most of our gambling there. And the reason we did most of our gambling there was not just because we were staying there, but because of how just impeccable that slot floor was. Anything you could want to play was there. It was so good. They are making terrible decisions, and it's pissing me off. Like, how many goddamn of these? You know what I'm talking about.
How many 88 Fortunes, Asian games? Yeah, I know.
Or the new big money wheels. You know what I'm talking about. These freaking IT games with the giant, the bonus symbol on 1, 3, and 5, and now there's like 10 different variations of it, and they're just plopping them everywhere, and people are just low rolling them to goddamn hell. Oh,
to get that grand progressive. Yeah, progressives do not turn me on. I do not know what it is. I mean, they do in The Walking Dead too, but outside of that, I guess it's because it's the illusion of picking. Maybe that I don't know. I'm not sure, but
there's got to be money in the base game too.
Yeah, exactly. What is your average bet these days? I'm curious. Like,
it's just when my average is $2 to $3. Okay,
that's about where I'm at. Maybe a little lower. Huh?
If things are going poorly, then it's going to be a little less, and when things are going well, it can be a lot more. It's just the casino dictates. But I basically walk into a casino and I start betting $2 to $3.
Okay, I was going to say like
that's where I live.
When you like you go into a casino, you sit on your favorite machine and you bet like what is it? So it's like you're saying $2 to $3.
Yeah, usually whatever, and that's another problem that's going on right now, and it's probably been discussed at length, but the max bets are getting bigger, and I always want a max bet, like whenever possible. Well, now like all the new aristocrats that are coming out, it's not $3, it's $6. Like, give me a fucking break with this shit. I can't afford that.
Yeah, but I can't afford it either. Yeah, the Simpsons is guilty of that, and the new Wonka, obviously, or not the new Wonka, but the one before the new one, World of Wonka, had $6 bets, and that is just crazy. The good thing about Ohio is that they don't have wide area progressives, or Indiana. Neither one of them have wide area progressives, so I don't feel like I could possibly lose something by not betting the max. You know what I mean?
Right.
But because what I was doing when I went there on Sunday was I had $110 from free play, like I told you. So I was betting $6, and I got a bonus, and the bonus was like fantastic. I won. It was really really special. And
Good.
then after that, I started betting. I did the piano method where you're like doing like $1.50 spin, $2 spin, $3 spin, $4 spin, and then $6 spin, and then going back down again. And I liked that very much, but I can't afford to bet $6 of my own money like consistently. Sure. There's just no way.
No,
I don't know who can.
Too much. When we started out putting videos up, the games were $2 or $2.50, and sometimes $3, and then they started going to $4, and then it was $5, and just now, like I sit down at a Bally machine and max bets $5 on like some of these new quick hits and shit. And I'm like, Jesus.
I think
and those are the worst because you have to max bet those
right.
to be eligible for progressive.
Yeah, I don't even play them. Yeah, there's
exactly
the new 5 Dragons, the one with the wheel. I think the minimum bet on that is $1, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How is my mom gonna play that? She can't play that. I mean, I don't even like playing it because I really want to bet like $1.50. So I don't really want to bet $2, because I go to the casino more because of where I live now.
Right.
So I had to, by a consequence of that is I had to like lower my average bets a little bit otherwise I go broke, so.
And it doesn't feel good betting, your multiple being 1 and you're betting $1.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
yes.
Because I don't like min betting a machine.
I don't either.
Ever, unless it's like dire circumstances.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I found myself doing it. I mean, I think you did that one time on the game where the Strike It Rich, or what do you call it? Is it Strike It Rich?
I don't know.
The one where our friend found you gambling and said you were low rolling, remember? After you'd lost all your money at the Golden Nugget. Do you remember? What game you were playing?
Oh my God. Oh yeah. No, it was Stinkin' Rich.
Stinkin' Rich. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Stinkin' Rich. Yes.
Thanks for bringing that up. Chief Turtle, thanks so much for the $2 super chat, bro. Says love the SLOTGASM studio. Thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. You bitch. Oh my God. Yeah. Never hear the end of that.
Y'all in the chat, you should send Bill a super chat and see who can insult me the most. That would be great. Just send him a super chat and tell me to get the fuck off the channel, and I might do it if you guys can insult me enough. So I don't know who out there is brave enough to send Bill some money, but you all should really try.
Oh my God. Thank you, Brett.
Well,
Mr. Bills,
we put on a good show for you guys. Like, I think it's been very entertaining and very fun. So So cough it up.
I need to have guests more often, and like when I say guests, I mean friends, like just people I can. So you and I have talked on the phone and stuff before. I can just talk to you,
right?
You know what I mean? And it makes the show a lot better than when I'm just talking to chat.
Yeah.
So,
Chat.
For coming on.
Yeah. There's a guy, a friend of ours. I do Rob as a podcast, and we're part of the live feed correspondence. There's like 3 or 4 of us who watch the live feeds on Big Brother, and then we report about it on the show. Well, a friend of ours stepped down from Rob as a podcast and started his own podcast, and it's by himself, and it just doesn't. It's lost some of the magic. Like, him by himself just isn't as good as him with like friends. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So whenever I am around, I can come by. So.
Well, expect some text to start coming in.
Okay, cool. Well, you're not like SD guy, because SD guy's like, do you want to stream? And then he'll be like, he'll text me at 7 o'clock, and then he won't be ready until 11:30. And of course, the excuse is always the same. It's like, oh, there's some, I found some trade, or there's some hot guy, or whatever. And I'm like, are we gonna do this? To his credit, he doesn't get mad if I say I'm too sleepy and say, girl, bye, I can't do it. But I do sort of like the immediacy that when you start your streams, like I can just go on to it right then. And, if I'm there for 15 minutes, I'm there for 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I pretty much go the same time every Tuesday. Like, I'm reliable. Once a week, Tuesday nights.
Well, that will be good because, we're starting Big Brother Canada, and our live feed roundtables are going to be on Tuesday nights at 8:30. So I'll be done by about 10. So I'll like I said, the lighting, and I'll be dressed and everything. I can come on your show whenever. What's up, Jeremy? Brent is a piece of shit. $2 super chat. You know what? That piece of shit. That's that $2. You can take that and wipe your ass with it. $2.
I love it. I love what you said. I actually got a super chat in here, and it was Brent is a piece of shit.
Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Yes.
What a nice guy.
We can do better than that. We can do better. Yes. Yeah. Fuck you, Jennifer. Brent, thank you for being dressed. I don't know if that sounds like shade. She may have been giving me a compliment though. I don't know if it sounds like shade to me though, Bill. What do you think?
A little bit.
It sounds like shade. I'm thinking it's shade. I don't think she's actually happy that I'm like wearing something nice. I think she's just like, thank God you put some clothes on.
I'm noticing behind you. So this is your aesthetic that you're changing this picture behind you every time you're on it. Is that correct?
Yes. You've noticed Dame Edna. Well, I have so many of them. That's part of it.
That's fun.
I have like 20 or 30 of these. So yeah, I figure we did a new show tonight for the Survivor draft on Rob as a podcast. So I didn't even bring it up, but my two coworkers are so straight that they didn't even notice it. Like they're like Taryn, they're totally oblivious to it, you know. But yeah, Dame Edna was there. I forget who I had last night. I think I had oh fuck, I forget. I think I had Damn Yankees.
Damn Yankees. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah,
it's cool. Where do you get those from?
There was a time in my life, you know, you go through spurts, and I needed to decorate the house, and I decided I had a friend who is very flamey. He loves Broadway shows, and he had all these Broadway shows posters around the house, and it's just like here, let me get it done for you. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay. The great thing about it is that it's like in the original poster frame. So it's not in a regular picture frame. It's in a Broadway poster frame. Like they come, you know, when you see them normally. So that's what I love about it the most. And for the most part, unless it's like right head on like that, the glass is not reflective. So. Yes.
Very nice.
But anyways, like I said, I go in spurts, and so I just decided to start buying these Broadway posters one day. And some of them, like a lot of the ones I got, are on the cheap side because like the really popular, the really popular ones are really expensive. I have Wicked when it was really popular from London, which I think cost me like $40 or $50. That's out there. But yeah, I have a lot of shit. So, you know, I put it up. Eamon says, Brent, are you growing your hair out? I'm not specifically growing my hair out.
You're
Michael
just not cutting it.
I'm just not cutting it. I know. Oh, so I see. When I turned around, they saw it. So yeah, like I'm not wearing the ponytail as a fashion statement. I'm wearing the ponytail just because it keeps my hair off my neck. That's honestly the deal.
I saw that. I saw that last night, and I saw the shade that came with it.
Yeah, I realize I don't look all that great right now. It's very stringy and very but I don't really know what I want to do with it. On the flip side, like I kind of want to get it cut, but I don't really want to give it all back because it's I just like the fact that I'm one of the few guys I know who's my age, who's 43 years old, who can still rock like a really thick head of hair. You know. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
How is your brother anyway, Nick? What's his?
He's good.
Okay, cool.
He's just lame. That's all. He's got a girlfriend and
pussy's whipped him, huh? I like it.
Yeah. he can't. That's how he rolls, man. He just can't get away from it.
Yeah, that's the thing that honestly is. For me personally, I think SD would probably be with me on this, but I don't think Manny would be. The guys that are really pussy whipped, that makes me like them even more. Like I love the fact that they're just so like they just can't help them. Like they're totally thinking with their dick, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
it's very alpha. It's very.
It's strange. You go from talking to your brother like 5 times a week to once a month. You're like,
oh my God. Oh my God.
It's so bad that when I go in April for 5 nights, I'm going to see him on one of those nights. And it used to be our trip. But I'm hoping he'll snap out of it because he's usually pretty good about nurturing our relationship. So
Right.
it's just everything's still kind of fresh for him. Like, it's not even a year old.
Yes.
So
Jennifer says, Brent, aren't you married? I thought you were. I'm not technically married. Jay and I would never have exchanged vows. We've been together for over 13 years, though. But even if we had exchanged vows, if you had listened to Rob as a podcast interview, you can find out all about me. I told Jay on the second date that I am not a monogamous kind of boy. I'm just not. And I told him that he was 50 years old. I was 29. And I said, look, I know at this point in my life, I'm just not monogamous. And if you want to date me, you need to be cool with that. And he said, I appreciate the honesty and I'm totally cool with that. And so, I think our relationship has progressed and blossomed because of the fact that honesty was central to our relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
I just didn't want to break his heart. I didn't want, to be with him for 6 months and then, 6 months down the line, I fuck a guy, he finds out, he gets his heart broken. I didn't want that to happen. So I was just upfront, like, look, I like to play around, so you got to be cool with that. And he, luckily for me, was very much in with my way of thinking, where he does not really believe in monogamy either. So,
so it's a two-way street.
Yeah, I mean, although I definitely partook more of it in the beginning of part of our relationship, but then, like, around about the 5th year was when I really fell in love with him. Like, I always loved Jay, but during the 5th year, I don't want to get into it here, but if you listen to the interview, you can figure out why. Around the 5th year, I fell in love with him. And I didn't even think that was possible. So I have really not played around too much during the past 7 years. I do occasionally have, extramarital sex. Not that we're married, but extra relationship sex. But it's not a big deal. If I want to go, let me just put here's the real tea. If I want to go bang a boy, I can go bang a boy. I just got to come home, don't fall in love with anybody, and don't sleep overnight, and play safe. Those are the only caveats, and there you go. There's 2 questions. So Jeremy says, $2 super chat. Thank you, Jeremy. Why doesn't he make you cut that greasy ass hair? He's not a fan of the hair. I will tell you. He's not a fan of it. He wants me to cut it. But I've kind of just stuck to my guns, and I don't know what I want to turn it into. Like, I'm thinking I'm probably just going to get a buzz cut one. Like, because I used to rock the buzz cut all the time.
No.
Okay, cool. Jilly says, which interview or where's it at? If you just go to Google and put in The Taran Show, Taran, The Taran Show, you can find my interviews. Part 1 is about the Michael Peterson trial that I was a part of. I was a part of a murder trial, for those of you who don't know, and escorting. So that's how you can find out all about that during part 1. And then part two is about addiction and how I recovered from that. And then part 3 is mainly about my relationship with Jay and my views on sex and gay life and that sort of thing. So there's 3 interviews, and it takes about 6 hours. So, because you know me, I like to talk.
You shared those on Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yep. Go back and watch those.
Yep. There you go. Michael has the link for you. robisawebsite.com/show/reality. I think it's the Taran Show. Yeah, Jilly, that was you probably didn't listen to part 3. If you didn't listen to part 3, then you're not gonna hear about me falling in love with Jay. And like, I fell in love with him 5 years into our relationship, which you're like, how does that happen? But it did happen. And you can find out about it on part 3. So, yep, I did 3 parts. I think we're gonna do a part 4 at some point, whenever Taran runs out of guests.
Make sure everyone goes and checks that out. I need to check that out. I probably didn't read it because I thought this is going to be about Big Brother, and
it's not about Big Brother. It's about my life, and you know, the first part is, like I said, it's about the Michael Peterson trial, how I ended up in that trial, how I ended up on television, how I got into escorting, and that whole part of my life is during the first interview. And and it also includes an HIV scare that I had and my views on safe sex versus not safe sex, which I think you could probably appreciate. I think that was the one time SD guy gave me the best compliment of my life, because he called me up. He had listened to the interview, and he said, and he never gives me compliments. And he's like, I'll just tell you, like, that was really, really cool. Like, listening to you tell that story and how it happened and what the resolution of it was, he's like, I had chills. I'm like, oh, if I can impress, fucking SD guy, then it might be pretty cool.
I know. I was just gonna say the same thing. For him to give a compliment like
I know,
that,
right?
wow,
yeah,
that must be some show,
right? Yeah. So there you go.
So I'm thinking, I'm just spitballing here, but my buddy and I have been talking about coming to Philly, probably September or October, because I want to catch an Eagles game. I know you don't care about that.
No, I do. I keep up national football. I mean, I don't like college football, and I don't like professional basketball, but college basketball and professional football, I keep up on. Okay,
good then. So I want to do that, and then of course, if I'm coming to Philly, then I got to go to some of these casinos that I've heard so much about. So we'll have to plan something and make sure we get together and do some old slotting.
Cool. Did you think that Belichick made a mistake in trading away Brady's replacement to the 49ers? I know that it wasn't his call, but what do you think about that? I forget his name.
Well, Garoppolo, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, thank you, Garoppolo. Yeah.
For one, I really don't think they got enough for him, and for two,
they didn't.
The thing about Tom Brady is I never bet against Tom Brady. The problem is, and this is a cliche, but Father Time always wins. And when it happens fast. It's not like a gradual decline over 4 or 5 years. It's going to, over the course of 2 seasons, he's going to be done. And that might be 5 years from now. We don't know that. But what if it's this year? And now you just traded away the guy that could have kept things going for you,
and
potentially.
He's pretty cool. I really like him.
I do too. He's so special. The Niners just made him like the highest paid player in the league, and he went undefeated as soon as he started games. And the 49ers Super Bowl odds shot up. They're like,
oh yeah,
I think they're 8th with the odds books for winning the Super Bowl.
He seems like a winner. Yeah,
he does, and he is. He's undefeated as a starter. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't just seem like one; he is one. So I agree with you. They at the very least they should have gotten a lot more for him. But yeah, probably should have tried to figure out a way to keep him.
Apparently, Brady was butthurt, and then Belichick didn't want to trade him, and then Brady went over his head to Kraft and said either trade him or else. And Bob Kraft is like with Brady, so
Brady and Trump.
Yeah, exactly. So he traded him away. Whatever.
All right, so you do follow. I guess I've never asked you. Is there a team you prefer?
I mean, left to my own devices, I'll always root for the Green Bay Packers, and I don't really know why, but I always liked them when Brett Favre was the quarterback, and obviously through Aaron Rodgers now. When they won the Super Bowl, I was really pumped. I always have a soft spot too for the Arizona Cardinals. I appreciate a lot of football teams. I'm not a diehard. That's the thing. I sort of appreciate the game, and I have my favorites. I like to root for the underdogs. Like I like Derek Carr of the Raiders. I think he's great, and he didn't play. I think he was injured last year. But they're like the underdog story of Nick becoming, the backup quarterback and then becoming the main quarterback for the Super Bowl for the Eagles. That was just stuff out of fairy tales, what I mean? That was for Foles to do that. I mean, that was really special.
And not just that, but actually being the Super Bowl MVP.
Well, I was gonna say Brady threw for over 500 yards, 3 TDs, and I don't think 0 interceptions. And he would have been the MVP had he won. I mean, he had the best game of his life.
Absolutely.
In a losing effort. So
absolutely
shows you how willy-nilly football can be sometimes. But seriously, that Hail Mary at the end, when they didn't bump Gronkowski at the line and they just let him go into the end zone to try to catch the Hail Mary, they almost deserved to lose for that. That was really terrible on them.
Oh,
can you imagine?
My heart stopped my heart stopped. Especially just being in that spot as an Eagles fan. I just expected it to work for them, and when it didn't,
I know, right? It was sort of like, oh, you won.
The commentators, the people on the field, it was kind of like,
oh,
wait,
Collinsworth.
So are we good?
Collinsworth, fuck him, man. He was so like. I told my mom and my dad that Collinsworth has been fooled by Brady so many times, Brady and Belichick so many times, that he was like, I'm not gonna let it happen again. He's like, no matter how bad it looks for Brady, I'm gonna say that they have a chance and that they're probably gonna win. Like, so it didn't matter what the game was. He was just like, I still believe in Brady. I still believe Brady's gonna come back. I mean, I made a joke about Kraft sucking Brady's dick, but
you're right.
Collinsworth, more than anybody, was on his ass. Like, you know what?
It was a very weird game in that context because normally I love Collinsworth and Al Michaels.
Me too. I still love Al, but Collinsworth, yeah.
Just watching those two, it's my favorite team to call a game. But it was real. Like there were some questionable calls for the Eagles that weren't really all that questionable as far as TDs that were ruled TDs on the field.
And they were really hard on them.
He was beating the drum for it to be overturned both times, and I'm sitting here telling my wife, like, what's going on? That's a touchdown.
And he seemed annoyed when it wasn't.
Exactly. Yeah. It was a really weird game for him that I just thought, what he clearly wants the Patriots to win, or he just thinks they're going to, and it was really
it's almost
odd.
like he had money on it or something, or on the team. Yeah, when the first one that wasn't overturned, I thought that they were focusing on the wrong thing. They were focusing on the fact that his third step was out of bounds. To me, I thought since it was called a touchdown on the field, I thought you couldn't really tell whether or not he had control on his first step. Like, I thought at the end, like right at the tail end of that first step, I thought he had gained control. And then he took a second step, and then his third step was obviously out of bounds. So, like, they kept talking about the fact that the third step was out of bounds. Like, how can you not see that, ref? But I'm like, that's not the point at all.
That's his third step.
Right.
It's irrelevant. Yeah, I know. And that's how the ref saw it, and the judge, and they went back to review. And I watched that game so many different ways. NFL Films does a great job. They've got, sound effects and all these different, with all these people mic'd up and different views and different music. Like, if you ever want to rewatch that, like, there's some great shit out there. But anyway, when they went to Gene Steratore, like the main referee, and he was looking through it, he's like, yeah, he's all control.
Oh, so you heard them talk. So what did they say?
He said it shifts from his forearm to his elbow, but it's all control. He's just securing the ball. And he goes, that's all control, baby. That's all control. Like, and that's what I think everyone was seeing. That wasn't, Wayne's probably going crazy because he's a New England fan, but I think everyone that wasn't biased was seeing that. Like, yeah, he caught it and he's securing it. The ball can move. That doesn't mean they lost control of the ball.
Right.
If they're moving it intentionally into a certain place. So, and that's how Gene Steratore saw it. He saw it as
it was one of those plays.
Football.
It was one of those plays where I felt like no matter how it was called, it was not going to be overturned. You know what I mean? Like, if they had ruled him that he didn't have control and he stepped out, whatever, I feel like that they would have let it stand because you couldn't definitively overturn that. But this was the same way where they had called it a touchdown. And, does the ball move? It does move slightly, but it looks to me like he never loses control of the ball, and he has it at the end of the first step and then a second step, and then he's out. So that's why I feel like it should have been a touchdown.
And that is the even more important piece. So thank you for mentioning that. It's you need to have irrefutable evidence to overturn a call on the field.
And they didn't, like, on a lot of times they were just like willy-nilly, like throughout the season, they were just like overturning shit whenever they felt like it. And I'm like, that's not what replay was for in the first place. CC Rasta in the chat said that they have a petition for Collinsworth to never do an Eagles game again. That's the other thing. I wish he would. Did he ever come out and say, basically, like a mea culpa, apologize to the fans and say,
no.
I would just respect him so much more if he did. where he would just come out and say, you know what, I've been fooled by Brady so many times. I didn't want to be fooled again. I don't want you guys to think that I was in the tank for Brady. Obviously, I love the Eagles too. Like if he just said something like that and realizes how the perception was, but for him to just be like sort of like this, where he doesn't, with his hands in his ears, where he's not paying attention to us, I feel like those are the people that I just cannot respect.
Yeah, and I'll say it again too. It was so weird and so out of character for him because he usually plays it right down the middle, and like I've never seen him call an Eagles game on Sunday night before and felt like he was against the Eagles. In fact, quite the opposite. I've always felt like he does a good job of giving players and teams credit and coaches and everything, and just shining lights on different pieces and making people look good.
Right.
And never playing favorites. So it was so out of character and so weird that it was off-putting, and it was hard not to notice if you've watched a lot of Collinsworth and Al Michaels together. It was like, what's going on in this game? It was like the total Patriot effect.
Right. We should do a sports podcast, Bill. That's what we should do.
Oh my God, I would love it, Brent. Don't even tempt me. Don't tease me. Dude, I will do a freaking Sunday night recap show with Brent Walgamot.
I love it. That would be fun.
Oh my God. I'm writing it down so I don't forget. Football starts in September.
I was like total typical gay guy. I don't mean to stereotype all gay guys, but I was just what you think of when you think of a gay guy. During high school and beyond, when I was in college, never ever paid attention to football one iota. It was when I started working at Damon's. Do you know what Damon's is?
No.
It's the place for ribs. It's a sports bar. I started working at a sports bar, and they would show the game. Of course, all of our busy days would be like Sundays and Mondays. And
sure.
That's when I started getting into it and started understanding it. Like to me, it was always intimidating when I just had my dad, and because he didn't really explain it all that well, and he didn't really know the rules all that well. Like I didn't know what holding was. I didn't know what pass interference was. You could sort of tell that, but like the more odd calls, I didn't understand what they were. And once I started getting a grasp on the game, then I was totally there for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The first Super Bowl I watched that I cared about, because I watched the Bears win, but I can barely remember it. I sort of just remember my dad being happy. Was the Steelers and the Cowboys when Troy Aikman, I think, won his it was the one with Barry Switzer as the coach when they won the Super Bowl.
As the coach.
Yeah, that was the one. And I remember that because it was at a gay themed party. Upstairs was The Sound of Music. Downstairs was the Super Bowl. So you could choose. You could choose your own adventure.
So you've been into it for a good 20 plus years then. So yeah. I apologize. I kind of made the assumption that wasn't your thing, and that probably
I don't talk about it, but yeah, it depends on the sport. Like I said, if you ask me about college ball, I barely could name. Maybe I watched the national championship and I watched the combine, but outside of that, I don't watch anything when it comes to college ball. And it's the reverse with basketball. Like basketball, I like the college teams and March Madness and all that whole feel. But with the professionals, I just can't get into it, and I don't know why. But yeah, that's how I am. Baseball, never cared. Tennis, I like. Ice skating, I love. I'm very eclectic, Bill.
Susie Q agreed. She said Sunday night recap with Bill and Brent. That would be. Don't worry, I'll give you top billing.
I feel like there's an angle where we could do like the straight guy and the gay guy recapping football, but I don't know if that would play well with the people we're trying to get for football. But I think there's a way. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Brent, honey, you're famous. Trust me. It's time someone ride your coattails.
I know, right? I told SD guy his CPN was lower than mine when I was, back in December when I was doing videos, and I was just laughing at the fact that I felt like he was riding my coattails, and that was it's fun to brag.
Don't even get me started on freaking analytics. But anyway.
Yeah, we can talk about that next week if you want, or whenever.
I would love to. But
all right, I'm gonna sign off. But chat room, thank you for having me. I know, right? Thank you for having me, Bill. It was always a pleasure.
The pleasure was all ours. Thank you.
All right. Well, have fun with your Patreon fans, and I will talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, guys, it's been about 2.5 hours. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, I'm going to try and get Brent on again next week. I had a blast. And I think a Sunday night recap would be really cool. So let's keep pushing that on old Brent. Because if there's one thing I can talk about besides probably even more than slots, it's football. It's definitely football. I talk about football way too much. So much so that it creeps into my slot podcast and people get tired of people telling me to shut up about talking football. So I'm gonna push that on Brent. I'm gonna make that happen. That'll be fun. Thank you, Mr. Bell, and thank you all. We will be back next Tuesday night. In the meantime, may you all get your own hand pay. Have a good night, guys.